Okay, y'all, that cut me off guard for a minute. I'm sorry. Hey. Welcome to Ask Alma. Because see, y'all don't know about the pre-show. I gotta just get this out. Okay, I'm feeling better. Hey, welcome to today's, well, I should say this evening's Ask Alma. Welcome, and guess who I am, girl? Hey guys, I'm Alma. I'm so glad that you guys are here. I need you to comment, light up my chat. I don't want to think I'm sitting here by myself. I need to know that my friends are with me. Mary Lou, hey girl, what's going on? Diva, Ayana, I need you to be a VVR. I sent you an email. I need you to read that bad boy. Okay. How y'all doing? You know I'm not here by myself. I'm here with my good friends and my best friend, Dee Dee. So come on in, y'all. Let me introduce you so I can have a minute to get myself together. What did you do? So everybody doesn't know, we do this pre-show thing before it starts. And all of us were talking. And then the producer was like, we're getting ready to go on. It's like my brain didn't catch up fast. So I was sitting here looking stupid when it came on. I was like, oh, hey, y'all doing? So, Norman, sorry. I missed that for a minute.
Go ahead, get it out.
Right, I know where I am now. I know what's happening. Okay. Hi, Dee Dee. How you doing? Hi, Alvin. Hi, Kay.
Hey, Alma, Kay, and Dee Dee.
I want to have whatever you have
really, honestly, my mind just was a little bit behind for a minute. Maybe that only happens to me. That happens to y'all.
We're here. We're here for you.
I can't even respond right now.
Oh, hey, that's why, you know what? I need music. To come on in with me so I can jam a little bit and invite everybody. Come on in. Who else? Gail. Who else is with us tonight? Hey, Gail, how you doing? Where your sister? Tracy, are you on? Patrice, are you on? Huh?
Every time you do that, they pop in right behind you.
I know, right? Where the cousins in the house. Clarice, I know you late. I think they have Bible study at 7. Ooh. But, Hey, Pat, how you doing? Good to see you, too. I'm so glad you're with us. Panel, how are you guys?
Oh, my goodness. I'm great. I'm just so, I keep looking at the news, wishing and hoping that it goes above 60 degrees so I can get out the house because I'm a warm weather guy. Yes. And I can't stand, don't tease me with 45 degrees. Okay. Don't tease me with 45 degrees in sun and then you step out and that wind hits you and you're like this.
All right.
I'm going back.
But it's only 60, Alvin, where we live here in the DC area. I'll tell you what it just drives me crazy. So they'll say it's going to be 60. We're all excited, but it's only 60 for an hour and 15 minutes.
But you know what? But I will take that. To run out the house because I work from home. And so I'm literally in the house all day. And by the time that I really want to go out, the sun is going down, and so.
Hi, Bessie.
I'm just looking forward to next week. Next week, they said it's going to be 55, 60, almost 70 degrees all week next week. So
really?
Yeah. Really? So I might wash my car twice. Yeah, I might do it.
Kay, how you doing?
So did Punxsutawney Phil lie?
Did he see the shadow?
I don't know.
No. He said March 21st is when spring wasn't coming until March 21st. No, that is actually when it comes.
Yeah.
He said 6 weeks.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm still at Christmas. I'm still taking down my Christmas tree. Okay.
My husband's birthday is December 13th, and I still have the happy birthday banner and all of that stuff up. I was like, we're in COVID. Why rush? Take it down. Happy birthday.
Alvin.
Gail says, remember it can snow in March, but we're not going to listen to her.
No, Gail, we don't want to remember that.
Well, no, actually, I was just making a funny because last year I didn't even put up a Christmas tree because I wasn't in the house, so I had moved out. But no Christmas, and my neighbors were mad. They were like, "What? Are you okay?" Because I'm a Christmas guy. I will hang a light on your door. Okay, you know what I'm saying.
Well, please come over and do that.
Hi, Sherry. How you doing, girl? Y'all should go to Sherry's website. Sherry, post your website in the chat so people will know about it. Let me say, because y'all know I was a little discombobulated. I was saying a prayer too. I was just way off. But anyway, welcome to the show, everybody. Here's my fantastic panel of guests. Dee Dee, Kay, Alvin in the bow tie. I am so excited that they are with me tonight because we got 3 fabulous questions and I can't wait to hear what they have to say. I need to remind you guys that we have VVRs. When you send us an emailed question, we ask someone else to read it so you can remain anonymous. We don't want your family to be all mad at you and stuff, stuff like that. And I want to remind everybody that there are over 200 African-American owned newspapers across the country. So get out there and subscribe, y'all. Like I see stuff on social media all the time. They won't cover this. We can't find any info on that. And it's, young Black students or different things going on. And that is not the case, actually. Those stories are being covered. And if you support those publications, you would know that. The other thing that I want to remind you guys is we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, and we're on YouTube. And I'm so excited about that. So please tell your friends. I need y'all to share and tell people, because if a lot of people watch my show, then they will keep me on. And y'all know I need to be on. Like, I really need to be on. So disclaimer, this is a fun show that gives you advice about what's happening. If you got some serious stuff going on, we recommend every week that you see a professional. You really need to do that. Tracy, girl, we've been waiting on you. So thanks, Sherry. Sherry put her website up, Sent by Sherry.
Is it Chevry? We have a Chevry.
We have a Chevry. We have a
Chevry online. Okay.
Yeah, Alvin. Are we pronouncing her name right? Chevry Lassiter.
Chevry.
Hey, Chevry.
Yes, Chevry is one of my choir members. I miss you, Chevry.
Hey, Chevry, you're at the Washington Informer. That is an African-American owned newspaper. As a matter of fact, they run Ask Alma. Hey, Chevry, girl. Anyway, I'm so excited. So I got to tell y'all something. I had started talking about it before, but I just want to put that out there because I need some information from our listeners. Let me know what y'all think about this. I told the panel, I had a doctor's appointment today. I went to the doctor. I told the doctor I needed a nutritionist, and I wanted him to get me in touch with someone to help me eat better and lose weight. And his response was, "That's okay. I'll just write you a prescription for diet pills." What kind of, like, he's a real doctor. Like, this is not a kind of sort of doctor's office. This is a real legitimate. Like, I go there to get my acid reflux medicine.
but Alma, I was thinking about this after you talked about it. But I was thinking about it after you said it. It wasn't like, had he said, had he said, okay, well, look, why don't you go to Safeway and get Dexatrim? Had he said it like that,
right?
I would have been like, excuse me? But see, the pills of today are all about quick fix. Now,
exactly.
Whether they right or wrong. So how much would you have done if he had said, well, okay, go home and get a workout regimen and call me back and I'll talk to you?
It doesn't matter because just like Kay said, I was disappointed, but I didn't refuse the prescription. And I'm talking about him now, but I ain't tore up that prescription. It was just that, like, I thought he was gonna offer me, or at least print out the menu for
the keto diet,
diabetes or something. I don't know.
The keto. Alma, here's the keto diet. Okay, I'll talk to you next week.
He was like, "Don't worry about it. I'll write you."
See, my concern is that there was no discussion in between nutritionists and diet pills.
Right.
We could have asked you a few questions, see if you've been bothered to work out, if you had taken a walk in the last 6 weeks, something.
Something.
He said, "Oh, you know what? We're not going to worry about the nutritionist here. Here's
here you go."
I got to give the doctor some. If he said that, he knows you. He has your charts. He knows what's going on with you. So to even prescribe something like that, he must feel okay with, suggesting that.
I will say that I'm not on any medication because I asked for high blood pressure medication. He's like, "What do you need it for?" I was like, "I don't know, but all my girlfriends take it. Can I have some too?" He was like, "You don't need high blood pressure." Then I called my girlfriend Dee Dee, didn't I, Dee Dee? Yeah. I called Dee Dee. I was like, "I don't understand why my doctor won't give me no blood pressure medication." So she was like, "Maybe you don't need it. You don't need it." It's like, well, everybody else is taking it.
And you know what? And I put that in the universe, unfortunately. I said out loud, I'm the only 50-something person that isn't on medication, and within a month, I was on one. So when I tell you, stop saying it.
I am.
That you don't have to do it.
I said it to him today. I was like, "Are you sure? I just want you to double check that you don't need it." He was like, "You don't need it." I was like, "Okay. All right. Take my blood, run some tests. I want to know, like, make sure I'm okay." He was like, "You're okay.
If you don't want them, I'll take them."
Lillian,
well, girl, you know what? That's my godmother. Hi, Daisy. So, Kay, if you see me looking skinny, I'm putting the pills in my oatmeal.
Okay, so you're getting a prescription you don't want, but you're publicly offering them to your friend.
Look, Kay and I had a side conversation.
Do not share with anyone.
Kay and I had a sideline conversation. We right here. She got me right here.
People watching.
I think you should treat it like a cheeseburger. And if you've never had it, take a bite.
What? Have you had the new Popeye's fish sandwich?
Yes.
I'm just saying.
I can't because the lines is too long.
It's good.
Everybody
getting a fish
sandwich.
It is very good. You need Alvin. I'm telling you, go. Okay, go get it.
I haven't had the chicken sandwich, so I have to get the chicken sandwich first before I get the fish sandwich.
No, you don't have to get the chicken sandwich.
No, not the chicken sandwich. It's good, but the fish sandwich is better. The fish sandwich is better. Yes.
Okay. Well,
Shout out to Popeyes.
I have to go at 9:30. I have to go at 9:30 in the morning because after 11 o'clock, you can't get the Popeyes around here. Everybody gets a chicken sandwich. So I'm gonna have to get it in
a fish sandwich because the fish sandwich is good.
A fish sandwich.
Okay.
Okay, everybody. Now that I have gotten myself together, and I want to say thank you to all of y'all because
thank you.
It took me a minute. It took me a minute to gather myself today.
We understand, okay?
And I haven't even started those damn diet pills. But anyway, Jay, I want to say hi to Jay Lennon. Oh my goodness, she's my good friend. And I saw my sister-in-law, two of them, Rosie and Charlene. How y'all doing? I want to give a shout out to them too. So we got some good questions tonight, y'all. Seriously. And when I picked these questions, I had y'all in mind. I want y'all to know that.
Us?
Yeah.
Y'all.
Alvin, remember to tell Gail what choir you sing with at the end of the show.
Oh, tell Gail.
Okay.
Well,
tell her now.
Go ahead.
I am a member of the Greater Mount Calvary Holy Church, and I sing with the Alfred Owens Chorale.
Gail can sing. That's my cousin Gail.
Hey, Gail. Well, Gail, when they let us back in the church,
Hey, Javon.
Hi, Javon.
I really want to sing again, but we can't right now. We can't. Hey,
and
Marsha.
her sister can sing too.
Marsha,
finally, girl, we're waiting for you to comment. Been waiting for you. She said, it's past her bedtime. Y'all, Marsha is our dear, dear friend, and she worked with all of us, and we just love her. So
she's the best support system in the world.
Yes, she is. Condolences to, I got to hurry up and say this real fast because I know we need to play the question, but condolences to the Price and Funderburk family. My first boyfriend, when I was 12 years old, Poopy, passed away this week. And he was a huge supporter of this show. He was a huge supporter of me succeeding at this. And I will miss him greatly. And I will keep his family in prayer. And I know that many of them are watching. I just want them to know that I'm thinking about him. So, you guys, let's get ready.
Let's do it.
Number one. Hit it.
Hey guys, I'm Patrice, and I'm your VVR for this week's Ask Alma. Here's the question. Dear Alma, this is hard to say. I can't read. I'm a single mother and I work very hard to take care of my kids. I've been able to fool everybody all the time. I'm scared because I can't help my kids with this homeschool stuff and they're not keeping up. What can I do? I really need some help.
That's my little sis, Patrice. Thank you for that, girl. VVR for the day. D and Alvin and Kay, to recap this quickly. This is a mom. They're at home during COVID. And she says she has been able to fool everybody for a long, long time. But she can't read and she can't keep up with the work to help her kids. And it really broke my heart. And I thought, D, you're an educator. What kind of advice could you give her?
It's never too late to learn. We've seen stories where, 50, 60, 70, 80-year-old people are getting degrees and what have you. The whole time she was reading, I was thinking, A, I will help your kids. B, call me, I will teach you to read.
Yeah. Because I think I've only known one other person in my life who had to fess up and say that they couldn't read. Because I think there are a lot of people who get through the day, but they don't know how to read.
Right.
And one guy who was a friend of my sister, the way that they found out that he couldn't read on the job is because he thought he bought chewing gum at the store, but he bought the laxative gum. I'm not laughing that he could read. I'm laughing because at the office, he thought he was passing gas. Crapped all over the place. And actually the janitor was like, I cleaned up, but I ain't cleaned up this.
My Lord. No, you didn't take us down that road, okay? But I'm glad you did, because that story brought a tear to my eye. So I'm glad you took that route, because I got my composure now, okay?
Yes.
And I mean, first of all, it happens. People come through different areas of their life and they haven't learned to read. I think in her case, hopefully, she needs to put her pride aside and say, look, I need help.
Right.
To the teacher?
To segue, Marcia says she's probably too embarrassed to reach out.
She's embarrassed.
She would be surprised at the help that she can get. I hope someone reaches out to her. There's actually a school in DC that is strictly for adults. It's a charter school for adults to get their GEDs and learn the skills that she could go there at night, perhaps when, after the kids are going to bed. But someone wrote she should ask the person who wrote the letter for her to help her.
Well, you know what? I asked her about that. I saw that with Bessie, but you can, and she said it, you can speak into your phone.
Oh, that's true.
To send an email. And then she said you can speak into a lot of things now. Right. And she was also saying, because we talked a little bit, because actually, Dee, I kind of sort of like offered your services, and I was going to tell you that later. You know how I like have dinner parties at other people's house, like Gary's. But anyway, she has said that even, and it's true, when you start to text or say things in a phone or in with technology now, that it basically says stuff for you. And so she was saying, like, if somebody comes back to her and says something, she'll say, oh, that was a typo, or, oh, that wasn't what I meant. That's how she sort of covers it. But it also saddened me that you could be an adult and get through your life this far without really knowing how to read.
There are a lot of organizations too, like Coalition of 100 Black Women, NAACP, Urban Leagues. They have programs for African Americans. I'm assuming she's African American, who are not literate, and they have lots of literacy programs. But I think D is her best bet.
I do too. That's why I kind of put D out there. Like, I got somebody who can help.
Are her children young?
Yeah.
So she still has she is in a place where she has to explain to her children why she doesn't understand, because I know educated people who are struggling with the math now. So like there's some things we just don't know because it's taught differently. So certainly that's an advantage, but the pandemic has shown us a lot of things, and one of them is the parents' inability to help their kids. So
also she should not feel like she's the only one. Then it sounds like you're saying.
No, absolutely not.
Do you all think that had the pandemic not occurred, because this has really forced parents into their children's lives and their education
in a different way. Yeah.
In a different way. And so had the pandemic not occurred, she would still probably be going through, faking it, if you will. Yep. But to your point about Dee helping her, she has to want that help. And so hopefully she can get past her shame and her embarrassment or whatever, and her pride. And
I think that's what the letter.
I think she's almost past the pride part now, Alvin, because she's like, I can't even help my kids.
If she had the wherewithal to write that letter, she's asking for help.
Yes. And
so I think if the help is presented to her, that she will more than likely take it. Yeah. And I think she's more embarrassed probably around her children than around anybody else, because she's been able to fake it around others. Right. But in this COVID environment, she can't fake it around her kids, but for so much longer. She can't. So and it's got to be a hard thing as a mother for your children to recognize that you are not Superwoman. You know
who else it made me think of, and I really don't want to say his name more than one time, but remember the doctor from Baltimore, and he said that his mother couldn't read either. Ben Carson.
The one who was running the urban development agency?
The one who was on a pedestal and made it his life's mission to throw himself off the pedestal, down the steps, and into the gutter.
Yeah.
That one.
So it can be done. Your kids, and I guess I'm using him as an example to say your kids can still succeed. They can still learn how to read. Yeah. They can still be very good students in school. Because I think more than anything, to stay on your children, to make sure that they complete their homework and that they do it. That's the most important thing. That absolutely is the most important thing.
But we have infinite numbers of examples of that, Alma, at the turn of the 19th century, when you had so many African Americans that were shortly out of slavery and didn't know how to read. And their children absolutely became successful and learned how to read and became elected officials and
absolutely
and learned in a room that was a 2x4 with a dirt floor and still became doctors and lawyers and all of that. So that the potential to learn is always there. Pat,
we have to do what we need to do to make her okay with her.
Yeah. I was going to.
That although Pat says I'm a great choice, thank you, Pat. She says she would encourage her to at least confide in her kids' teachers so they can help them.
Right.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
I think if I may take a moment, there's a difference between homeschooling and virtual learning.
Big difference.
Homeschooling is when you, as the adult, are the sole provider of the education. Virtual learning is when you have educators on the other end of whatever that device is. And it is their job to provide those services for them. So she should have teachers in place who are helping her, teaching her kids. And I can't think of one educator who wouldn't support her and help her if they knew that she couldn't do it. Yeah. So she should absolutely confide in them.
And I think that's great advice for her. I know that she's watching. That's good. Good.
Kudos to parents, because parents have had to jump into this whole arena, and what we learned as students back in our days and how they're teaching it in school is completely different. And it's completely different. So kudos to parents who are teaching their kids at home.
Yeah. And my granddaughter is homeschooled, so I've learned a lot about that. I say kudos to teachers, because you guys, I think your job has changed more than anybody during this pandemic. And now, like, some of you are teaching kids in a classroom, and then some who aren't returning to school, and it's always this and that and this and that. Like, I would have had to turn in my papers by now and be like, thank y'all, God bless you. I got to go find another job somewhere else. I just can't keep up. But with that, we are going to go to, so kudos to you, Dee Dee girl, because you are doing a fantastic job. Panel, can we clap for Miss Dee Dee? Yes. The teacher on the panel.
Is Lillian your aunt?
Lillian is my godmother.
Your godmother, that's what I thought. But that's not what you call her. Tell me her name.
I call her Bessie.
Bessie, okay, because she said Fantasia couldn't read.
Yeah, I was going to mention that. Yeah, I know she didn't.
Oh, wow.
She's right.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, Fantasia couldn't read. Right. I was going to say that, but I said, Lord, I'm not going to put her back in the paper. But you're right, Lillian. Okay.
All right, guys. Thank you for that. That was fantastic. Right. We're ready for question number 2. Hit it.
VVR for Ask Alma. Here's the question. Hey, Alma. I'll try to make this brief. I'm one of 3 born to a single mother. We've struggled for everything, sometimes facing homelessness. All I wanted to do is have a chance to get an education, which I did. I'm a dentist now, and I've done better than well for myself. Here's my situation. My mother and siblings act like I should give them my money all the time. Each one always has a situation, from rent, utilities, or their cell phone bill. I get a call every month to pay something. I want to help my family, but because of them, I don't feel like I can start my own family. One week, all of them called for money, and I just felt defeated. More and more, I feel like I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place with no viable options. I made it out, and I feel guilty that I no longer struggle, but why do I feel so responsible for them? Am I?
Go ahead, Al.
Go ahead, Alma.
Where's Robin Smith when we need her?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead, Alma.
I was thinking about y'all with this thing right here.
You can go and recap that. Okay.
Basically, there's a woman who comes out of a family that struggled. They were actually homeless at one time as well. Mm-hmm. She was able to go to school. She is a dentist. She is doing great. Her family is still struggling, and she feels guilty. She feels responsible for all of them. So much so she has put her own life on hold. Sharon Flanagan out of Philly, girl, how you doing? So she is asking, am I responsible for them? Can I say no? Help me, because right now I'm just taking care of my mama and my grown siblings.
Well, Robin Smith came through for us. She's
at home rocking. She's rocking.
You see a lot of no's in the chat, and there was one that said move with no forwarding address.
To me, that's what I
move with no forwarding address. Girl, learn to say no.
That's easier said than done. I hear y'all, but when your mama calling saying that her electric bill needs to be paid, what are you going to do?
I'm a mama's boy, so I believe you got to take care of your mama. I believe that you got to take care of your mama.
Okay.
But when it comes to the
rest
brothers
of them?
and the sisters who are not doing anything for themselves,
no.
OH, no. Okay.
Repeat after me.
No.
You have those
and it's not no, I don't have it. It's not, oh, I don't know. No, it is, yeah, I have it. No.
See, and that's one of those situations
Does it
where
sound like something I've practiced? Yeah, I have it. No.
Andrea,
see this look?
Girl.
I have practiced this look in the mirror. Yeah, I have it. No.
she's put in a position where her blessings are now her burdens.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
And
Wait. Hold it. Y'all know I like certain things repeated.
Okay.
Can you say that one more time? What'd you say now?
Her blessings have now become her burdens, and they're called brother and sister.
That is so true.
And,
yes.
and when that happens in your life, you need to look at yourself, and that's when no will come out. When you start with seeing that you can't do for yourself because everybody's jumping on you because of what you've been blessed with. You've gone to school, you've done everything you got to do, and now everybody wants your money.
Right.
OH, no. Okay. OH, no.
Like Alvin said, I will never, ever, ever deny my mother. My mother has denied herself her entire life on my behalf. Now, is this person the oldest of the three?
She didn't say.
I'm thinking she might be. I'm the oldest.
Yeah, possibility.
And, I was the test kitchen. I was the guinea pig. I was everything. But I also got stuff from my mom that by the time my younger brothers and sisters came around, she didn't even have anything left to give them. And I'm just talking monetarily because she has an abundance of love and compassion and all of that good stuff. So to this day, there is nothing that my mother will ask me for that she doesn't get. But the rest of them little suck-em-up-a-lits get a big what? No.
Suck-em-up-a-lits.
No, the little barnacle.
No.
But you know what? We're all saying that, but it's easier said than done. Like, okay, we're all saying that,
You're
but
right.
when if your sister calls and she's got kids and she says, my electricity is getting ready to be turned off, and you have money in your savings.
You're right.
How do you
I'm gonna be there for that. But
teach them how to make bread instead of giving them a loaf of bread.
Right.
But according to the story, they just keep on doing it. They just keep on doing it.
They turn on no ovens.
They just keep on doing it. If it was one time, if somebody needed to get home from somewhere and you needed me to call Uber and make sure that you got home because I can't get you there, or if you need to have your cable bill paid one time, because the second time I'm like, you need to cut it off. Okay, you need to be out of it. Because
well, now it's an expectation. It isn't even.
Right.
So they're probably spending the money they do have on whatever they want to spend it on because they know they can reach out to her to fix the real.
The sister that's the dentist.
Right.
The sister that's the dentist. Because that leads me to something else. That leads me to something else that actually could be a situation for each one of you. If you have a job where you're making more money than your siblings and family members, does that mean that you are the one that they should turn to save them on a regular basis?
Not when other jobs are available. Get two.
No.
Okay. get two jobs. Because if you're walking up to me with your lace front is all smooth and everything, okay? And your nails are done every week, and your hands are like this, I'm gonna look at you kind of funny. Okay, I'm gonna look at
you need to come to me looking broke. Like you better come to me
right. Like I need the homeless people who ask me for money when I'm walking down the street not to have box braids. Like because I know how much box braids cost. Although I will say it depends because I remember, early in my 20s, you could get a lace front. Tina could do your hair. Tina is, was a hairdresser in my neighborhood. You could go sit in somebody's kitchen and get your hair done.
We can all
Just saying.
We can get that stuff done. That doesn't necessarily speak to our financial financial status, whether your hair is done or if you got
because I look gorgeous on my wedding day, and Tina took care of me. Okay,
I'm kind of joking now, but y'all know what I'm saying.
Yeah, we
know what I'm saying.
Absolutely, yes.
Needs. I need, like Alvin is saying, I need to know that you're not spending the money that you do have frivolously, that you are making, apportionments for yourself, and that you're just in a bad position.
Right.
I had a family member, young girl, very young girl, and she should have gone off to college. She didn't. She had a baby. I personally thought this was it. She's just going to be done, but she wasn't. She's actually going to be graduating from college in May. So I am super proud of her. And I was online one day and saw that, and she's a sneakerhead. So she has Jordans from way back. I mean, she collects them and that's her thing. And I saw her selling her Jordans online. I'm like, picked up the phone, called my little one. I'm like, baby, what you doing? She said, well, Auntie, I need money for rent. I said, so you're selling your sneakers? I said, oh my God. Don't you know I paid her rent for 2 months because I saw her.
I would have let her sell her sneakers, but that's good for you, Kay. No, she could have sold this. You only got 2 feet. You don't need 20 pairs.
Well, but here she is selling something that was important to her. Be quiet.
Here
she is selling something that was important to her.
I keep saying that.
She probably sold one pair of those shoes and paid her rent for 2 months. If she's
right, Jordans.
Right, she would have been okay.
But see, I didn't mind helping her because I knew she was making every effort. She was going to get rid of something that meant a significant amount to her, and she wasn't asking nobody.
Good.
So it was fine for me to volunteer.
To volunteer, that's very different. Like Robin said, I said no to the siblings without warning. That's the other. Shock them into reality that I am not at ATM.
But here's the
they're gonna get no, and it might be a shock. Here you go. No,
I would have let her sell the sneakers to Robin.
the siblings.
We agree, Robin.
The siblings will start going to the mother,
and
persuading the mother to go into the daughter to ask her. That's how some siblings work. And so she may not know even at this point, because they're gonna find a way. They're gonna manipulate it however they can to get what they want. So they will start going to the mother. So she's gonna have to even look at the situation with her mom if as she's giving, because
I can see her guilt.
She won't have money to give away if she starts spending it on herself
or start her family.
She has said there are things I want to do that I'm not doing. She starts doing for herself. She won't have the money to get to them. She won't have to tell them. Well, she'll tell them no, but she needs to first invest in her, and then the rest of them can get what she has left.
D, you know what I call that? I call that put your mask on first.
Right, because I think she feels guilty.
And they tell you to put your mask. If you have a small child, your first instinct, put the mask on the baby. No, put yours on first. Because you are not okay. You can't help the baby. So put your mask on first.
Right. And like Robin says, which I totally agree too, you can always come over, I give you something to eat.
Yes.
But
now, see, I got problems with that. I got problems. Don't be talking about how to eat up all my food.
You want me to sell my sneakers?
I ain't worried about you. You can come over every day of the week, okay? Because you one of the hardest working women in the business. Okay?
Thank you.
So but if I'm not seeing somebody doing something for themselves, it's an absolute no. And I'm just with everybody. Most of the people who are on our chat, no.
Right, everybody's saying no, but I think this woman feels guilty.
No.
Mm-hmm. No.
And you know what else I heard today? Was it this week? Not today, but I heard a woman psychologist say, no is a full sentence.
Yes, it
is.
Yes, it is.
No, period.
Yes, it is.
Full stop.
And she said, if you feel the need, you can say no. Thank you.
Robin said, I'm going to give her a crust of bread.
Robin, that is not true. I have been to your house and eaten a lot of food.
Ooh,
lot of food.
No, she said that Alvin would give her a crust
of bread. No, I will feed you. But I mean, seriously, come on now. You know, this girl, she needs to get a grip on her life because
she feels guilty. Clearly, the guilt is eating her up.
And there's the problem.
There's the problem. Right. I think her problem is her guilt.
She made decisions about her life that made her life better.
Yes,
did not do that, but she did. And she feels guilty for having moved beyond them. But she did the work. She should be. And she's a dentist. She's probably making pretty good money.
I know. And do you know what? You really said exactly what I put in the column that I'm sending for print, and people would probably think that I stole that from you. It is true that she made choices that allowed her to put herself in a better position.
Right.
And so that is why they are looking to her, and she feels guilty. And I love this question, and I really want to help give her some advice that would allow her to be comfortable choosing herself first. So I think we've all done that, and that's fantastic. And
Marsha,
you guys are great.
Years to realize I could say no and not feel guilty. So
exactly. Me too, Marsha.
Most of us in some place in our lives where we didn't know how to say no to certain people or to certain things.
But years.
Yes, Sharon, type it and hang it in your office.
And thousands
you need to tell Tori.
And family takes on a whole new meaning when you have to say no. Family, it takes on a whole new dynamic. You have to say no to family. Yeah.
Okay, we got to get to this question number 3. That is really, really good too. Question number 3. Hit it.
Hi, my name is Rio.
Hi, Rio.
Ask Alma's VBR for the week.
So handsome.
Hey, Alma. Help needed. I'm a single dad, and I have full custody of our 3-year-old daughter, and I need your advice. Every time I get my daughter back from her mom, I get nothing but attitude and temper tantrums. She spends every other weekend and holidays with her mom, and as soon as I pick her up, my daughter starts repeating the negative words and negative actions that she's heard from being with her mother. I know it's the environment that she's around when she's with her. I used to just ignore it, but lately it's been getting worse. How can I stop the temper tantrums and attitude without punishing my daughter? Because I know it's not our fault.
Thank you, Rio, for reading that. I appreciate it so much. Let me clarify something with Sharon Flanagan before we go to this question. No, Sharon, I'm not saying to tell Tori no. Tori should always get a yes. What I was saying is it would be great to allow her to understand that it's okay for her to say no.
I'm sure Josh would love to hear that. He should always
to say, well, I ain't gonna never tell my grandbaby Ava.
Oh, the grandbaby is different, right?
Yeah. So I can tell Josh no. Ava, because she said, Grandma, can I be on your show? I'm trying to work that in, y'all. I'm gonna have to do something up in this bad boy. I'm working
about our clothes.
You have not told her no. Okay.
No, never. She told me the other day, I'm not fancy, Grandma, but can you buy me a tiara? I was like, I ain't fancy either, but I went on Amazon and ordered a tiara. Okay.
And they're both fancy, so stop.
We are fancy. Question number 3. So this was a dad, single dad. He said he had full custody of his 3-year-old daughter. She's 3, and basically he and the mom spend time with the daughter separately. He has the daughter full time. The mom has her on weekends, holidays. But when she comes back, she's full of life, full of attitude, and full of everything else because she has been with her mother and sort of in this space and place where they allow her and encourage her to act that way. And he doesn't know how to reel that in to stop the temper tantrums and the attitudes when he is trying to correct and teach her. So he was wondering if we could offer him some advice on that.
Well, he can't ignore it. He
Right.
can't
Can't
ignore it.
ignore it.
Right.
But one of the things that he might want to do, because what happens, what I've observed happens with children in that environment, is that they don't want either parent to think that they like the other one more.
More than
So,
yeah.
right. So
Yeah.
what he might want to do is allay any fears that she has and say things to her like, so tell me all the fun you had with mom. So tell me something fun that you did with your mom this weekend. You know, I know you have a lot of fun hanging out with mom, and make it okay that she was there. And then he might be able to get to why she has an attitude and why and what mom might or might not be saying to her that has her attitudinal, if that's a word. But he first has got to make it okay with him for this little one that she's hanging out with mom. It's not a problem. What do you think, Alvin?
In his letter, he said, I don't want to discipline her because it's not her fault. Okay.
Because I guess she's repeating.
But she needs discipline.
I think so too, Alvin.
She needs discipline. Now, if he doesn't understand how to do that, that's another question or another topic. But she needs discipline. At 3 years old, she needs to know what's wrong, what the difference between right and wrong, or at least try to be leaning toward that way. I understand she's in two different households, but there is a wrong way and a right way, and he can actually be a conduit for her understanding what's wrong and what's right. He just has to learn how to approach it.
Right. And I think even at 3, you realize where you can act out.
No, they know it's done.
Right. They know that at 1. If he nips that sucker in the bud early, but I think like he's dad, he's feeling guilty and I don't want to,
welcome to parenthood. You better stop.
I'm seeing a lot of comments about court and because he has full custody, he can take her back to court. I would first start with a conversation with mom and I know we think that can't happen. No, I think it can happen. I think it needs to happen. And we need to address what the behavior is like when she comes back, because there very well may be behavior when she goes. When she gets there, she may be doing things that the mother might be appropriate or any one of the things. So they need to get on the same page about what's acceptable for her to do, what's acceptable for her to say. And I know at some point, having experienced this, at some point you have to accept that the houses are different. And they're going to be different things and different rules and all of that. But there has to be some understanding that when you're at this house, this is acceptable. When you're at that house, that's acceptable. But we have to agree. There has to be some agreement. When she's over here, she can't stay up till midnight and not get sleep or be around whatever it is she's being around. She may just be tired. She may be hungry. She may be any number of things that he doesn't know, because when he picks her up, she's just she's wired for sound. So they need to get to the bottom of that, and then I think that may avoid this. When you say court, that throws a whole nother monkey wrench into the program to create even more problems. So
really you just need
to have a conversation.
You make a
they
good
absolutely
point.
Need to have a conversation. And
he
3,
know what's going on.
People talk about the terrible twos. I would have done 2 twice, not to do 3. 3 is really when I think they understand that they are separate people from you, and they're sponges, and they're absorbing all of this stuff from everybody. You've seen a 3-year-old that can spend 15 minutes with someone, all of a sudden they have picked up their accent and eat what they eat, and use words that they use.
Right.
So I think that that age is really, really tough. They have to be on the same page.
Yeah.
I think it's great that y'all want him to talk to the mother, but in my mind's eye, and I don't know for sure, if she is kind of like that little bit ratchet already, if he came over to try to tell her, you know, you need to restructure what's going on when she's here, I could just envision her mother going, and why you trying to tell me what's the, and that could actually make it worse, in my opinion.
You get that even if you're not ratchet. You could have two extremely educated,
but he needs to know,
relatively stable human beings, and once you split, you know, you can't try to run things in my house.
But he needs to know. I mean, if mama is allowing her to watch Sex in the City, that could contribute to the attitude and all of that. You know, honestly, look, I dated a guy, his son was probably about 2.5. He was the greatest little kid after day 2. But we had to undo like the first day. He came over one time and I was warming up some food for him. He didn't want the food. Instead of telling me that's not what he wanted, he got off the table, off the chair, laid down, didn't fall down. He laid down and started kicking and screaming.
Oh no!
I'm like, baby, what you
George kicked the stream one time, and he tells the story that the green stuff started coming out of his mother's mouth, and my head started spinning, and he really can't remember what happened to him after that. But no, you only need to hit the floor one time. But I do agree with you guys. I think it could be structure. Oh, he told you he was having a fit.
I said, baby, what you doing? He said, I'm having a fit. I said, oh no, honey, you can't have a fit. I said, get up. You can't have a fit here. He got up, like it wasn't nothing, sat down. I said, well, what's the problem? He said, I don't want spaghetti. I said, okay, you want grilled cheese? He's like, can I have grilled cheese? I was like, sure. I said, but you don't have to have a fit.
Can't have no fits.
His daddy walked in the door. I said, tell daddy
I think about my mother.
I had a fit. I'm like, baby.
And he would have had a belt somewhere. Okay. See y'all. We tiptoeing around that because you know
I think what we have to recognize is that they're not our children.
Well,
and like the father said, it's not her fault. Like we often expect children to behave a certain. They're just mimicking what they see the adults do. And time, children are too exposed to adult conversations, adult business, and so at that age, he learned from someone that if I fall out in the floor, I'm going to get out. He just didn't realize that it didn't work in that space, and he probably never thought about doing it again.
Not in that space.
This is Miss K. She don't play the falling out in the floor. I could
I'm holding my tongue because I got a godson, and I can't even go there right now because I got a god. I love him. I love him. But I'm gonna stay on this story right here because that's a whole nother talk show. But I think the father saying that it's not her fault and using that as an excuse not to represent her or educate her. Let's say educate, okay? He needs to step out of that zone of it's guilt. Not her fault. We always or guilt or whatever.
Another guilt.
He needs to he needs to take action and tell his daughter that what you're doing is not right. You know, point out everything.
Do that here. We don't because she might need to be ratchet where she is. She might need to be that way over there around her mother and her mother's peoples. We don't know.
Mom may not be ratchet. That may be just his perception of how she comes home.
Right, because
I want mama to be ratchet, D.
I was gonna say if mama was ratchet, he'll think twice the next time. He wants to.
That's what I'm saying. When you pick somebody to be with, you know how they are.
Check your choices, okay? Check your choices because your baby might come out ratchet too.
Right. You knew she was ratchet when you were going over there messing with her. So the fact that she had a baby now and the baby is mimicking how she is, why are you surprised? I don't understand that. Where is the surprise here?
Genetics is a very powerful thing.
I don't get it.
I don't know.
Sharon says, I had a social worker at a renowned children's hospital in Philadelphia take me aside and ask me if I ever whipped my child. And when I said no, she said that was the problem.
You know what my husband said about me, Sharon? Because I never got a whooping in my life. I was born in the 60s, and my mother and father didn't beat me. And my husband will say to this day, that's your damn problem. You need a good ass when you were a little girl, and you would realize this world doesn't revolve around you. And I'm not saying that I think that way, but I do not think that we have to beat children. I don't think kids ever learn anything from a woman.
I completely agree with you. We have got to be able to approach situations differently than putting hands on people.
I remember asking my mother.
That kind of violence. What I
don't either. I asked my mother to whoop me because when you got a whooping, it was over with. The fact that my mother and father made me sit down and we had to talk about it. Oh Lord, you mean I got to explain what I did?
Just beat me so I can move on.
Right? Can you just beat my ass up?
Right. I'm at a point in my life where I don't even have to put my hands on you, okay? Because my tongue lashing, and your fear of alpha, I'm gonna put you in check. Okay.
And really, my mother could look at you and say something without moving her teeth. I never understood how women could do that. She could look at you and those teeth be clenched, and you can hear her saying words of what she was getting ready to do.
Entire words. Gail says, my dad hit me one time and I must have died because he never hit me again. But my mama, well, that's another story.
So Alma, you might not want me to be back on here. You might not want me to come back.
I think it's different opinions. Yeah,
I had threatened my nephew and fear. That boy thought I could kill him until he was about 20. He truthfully believed that I could kill him. Now, I would say things to him like, you have no idea what I'm going to do to you, because I didn't have any idea either.
You needed to know
that. But his little imagination
threaten him.
took him God knows where, and it stopped the behavior. So I thought, this works well. So I just
stick to it. So Alvin, what are you saying? The three queens on the panel are saying no whoopings whatsoever, and the king is saying, you're not on board with that?
No, I don't believe you should. I don't believe you should beat your children. But I am not in the position to tell parents how to discipline their kids, because I've seen kids that you want to say
that you really need to get a whooping.
So I don't subscribe to it.
I still have a handprint from my mother's hand right here. Okay. I am 61 years old. Her whole handprint was right here.
Have to discipline their kids the way that it works.
I have to say, okay, mama's got a good right hook.
And I ain't turned out too bad. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I believe that a child needs to be spanked every now and then. And
Alvin.
And I'm sorry. Like I said, you may not want.
Every now and then.
You ain't getting out of the show. Don't try it. I know your date. I know you and Kay's date for next month, y'all. Don't even try to do that. Act like y'all gonna make plans.
I'm sorry. But there ain't a parent on this earth that is fearful of Alvin King being around, being with their children and making sure that their children are disciplined. But I do believe that parents need to really, every now and then, there's some kids that really need a good talking to with a little strap.
Talking to with a strap. What is this? Oh, you mean when mothers used to say, didn't I?
You do not do that no more. Let's go strap the work. Get it out.
Oh my gosh. Hey, Pat. Okay, wait, D, I gotta ask this because we running out of time. Pat, Jackie, did white parents do that too? Or was it just the black ones?
No.
Always used to
no.
White people beat their children.
Beat their kids like that.
They beat them too.
I don't care what they do.
Spoil the child, Clarice. That is not what that Bible verse meant, and that's for another episode. Because every time I hear somebody say that and use it, as an example of why you can beat your child. That's not what the Bible meant. It's not. No, girl. No.
Oh,
Alvin
God.
has more support. Alvin's got all kind of support out there. Y'all support Alvin if you want to. Y'all,
All right. Y'all stop
I
beating those
will
kids.
be back on this show. Granted, y'all let me.
Y'all gotta stop beating y'all kids and all that.
She said her mother couldn't manage it, so she couldn't. Jackie's mother says no, she did not get beaten.
Thank you, Jackie. I know we got to stand up and be supporters of children, of the fact that children do
She
not have to
couldn't
be
chase us.
Oh my goodness, panel. I love y'all so much. This is so much
How
fun.
is it an hour already, Alma?
It's gone. The hour is gone. I can't believe it. And everybody who chimed in and lit up the chat. Oh my goodness. I feel like I have spent the evening with you guys, and it just fills me with so.
But wait, Dad responded, Alma. She said, my dad smacked me on the butt one time for sassing him. It didn't happen twice.
Because, girl, you talked back to daddy. You really needed that one, I'm sorry to say.
And Charlene said I gave her flashbacks. Please sleep tonight. Please drink some hot tea, Charlene. You know, look at the voice and fall asleep. Please.
Thank you guys so much. Please come back and see us next Tuesday at 7:00. I want to see y'all in the place. Thank you, Kay. Thank you, Alvin, Dee Dee. Thank you so much. Everybody have a great night. Alvin's on Friday at 7:00. He said, Alvin, Friday, 7:00. So you guys don't miss it. We'll see you guys.
Have a happy Bison Charter Day.
HU, you know.
You know.